Action. Uh, Today is my day 270 learning French on Duolingo. And coincidentally, I found a particular video on YouTube today. YouTube showed me a video on my timeline that said something about uh, language learning apps will not help you to learn French. And this, I wanted to share something from my experience. You're also going to follow me to, you're also going to do today's lesson together because I tend to do my lesson right after, right before I go to bed. Exactly 10:33 p.m. I should be going to bed soon. 10 o'clock p.m. is my night and my bedtime. So, will Duolingo help you to learn language? From my experience, the answer is yes. Now, Duolingo, the Duolingo's style of teaching, it's not the way a professional teacher will teach you to learn a new language. It's not the recommended ways on YouTube. It's not because Duolingo don't follow the process of teaching you A, B, C, D, on the toi. Though they teach that a little. I think they taught me the number, the first 1 to 20 of numbers, I think. But they don't follow the sequence that most teachers or schools will follow when they are teaching kids or when they are teaching their students new languages or a new topic. But one thing with Duolingo is that from my experience, Duolingo has helped me lay a good foundation when it comes to French, when it comes to learning French. All right. Now, currently, I am taking a physical French training here in Congo Lumbashi, and I live in a country that barely speaks English. It's not an English speaking country, it's a speaking. French is the national language. Then, aside French, they have Swahili, Lingala, Kikongo, like about four other languages that they speak among themselves. They are normal language. Now, in my French training class, now French training lesson, they use French to teach French, and they also use Swahili to teach French. Now, imagine someone like me who doesn't speak either of the language. I don't speak French, I don't speak Swahili. Now I'm in a class where they use two languages that I don't speak to teach the language that I want to learn. Do you know how difficult that is? Do you know how hard that is? But thankfully, before relocating to here, I've been practicing Duolingo, I've been practicing French on Duolingo, and it helped me lay some foundation on my French learning journey in such a way that I can recognize words. I can recognize many French words. I can understand them. I can translate them, easily translate them in my head from French to English for better understanding. And I can read, write, and spell some of those words and even pronounce them correctly. Some of those words. Now, while I may not be able to make some full sentences and express myself fully in French, but I can read, I can understand some French when it's spoken. So when I'm in the class and they are teaching French using French, I'm able to understand some of the words that the teacher speaks. I'm able to understand some of the things he teaches. I'm able to read what's on the board, even though I may not get the pronunciation correct, but I'm able to read and get a little bit of an understanding and get an idea of what the teacher is talking about. That, and I also use my the translation, Google Translator from French to English to help me gain a better understanding of what is being said. All right. So in that part, Duolingo has helped me a whole lot in learning French. And I'm just in day 270. I'm actually taking my lesson for tonight, and yeah, I'm in the middle of. I just started. Tu bois du thé? So let's do this French lesson together. I'm not just taking French, I'm also taking both French, Swahili, and I think the first language I started learning on Duolingo, just like many other Nigerians, like making many other youths, it's actually Korea. Yes. When we started watching Korea movie, and it was so interesting, so addictive, and the language is very interesting. I had to I went to start learn. I started learning Korea on Duolingo before I switched to French because I needed the French for my travel. So let's join me in today's lesson, day 270, to bois du thé. To bois du thé. Now, without clicking the words, I understand what this means. It's simple, it's clear. So Duolingo helps you understand. Oh, this is moving actually moving out of it. Duolingo helps you understand what these words are, how they are being used, the spelling, the pronunciation, and yeah. And also this you can be able to make helps you to form these simple sentences in French. This is to boire du thé, meaning do you want to drink tea? So just with my small lesson, the small things I learned on Duolingo, I'm able to translate words in French. I'm able to read it. Though one thing I also noticed that um Duolingo's words in French can be easily translated to English. Like if you read it word for word, you would understand the translation. You'll be able to translate it. To means you, bois, drink. Do, some, they is tea. You drink some tea. Now, if you translate it to English, it's not grammatically correct in English, but the translation gives you an idea, gives you an understanding of what they are. So, one thing I learned from my online French teacher is don't always translate French words, French sentences to English because they won't make sense to you. It's not grammatic. If you translate it to English, most of them it's not grammatically correct in English, but it will help you gain an understanding of what the words are. So the to boire the thing means do you um do you drink tea? Do you drink tea? To boire the tea. Do you drink tea? Check. Correct. Now the next one is pronunciation. They also help with pronunciation, like I said.
Tu bois de l'eau minérale?
To boire de l'eau minérale. I didn't get the whole thing correct, but it means do you drink mineral water? To boire de l'eau water, mineral. I always have issue with the R. It's pronounced like to boire de l'eau mineral water. The next
J'adore les
is
fraises.
j'adore les fraises.
J'adore les fraises.
J'adore les fraises, meaning I love strawberries. I love fraise, not fraise is strawberry. J'adore, I love. There's also jam. I like j'adore, I love. I love strawberries. Okay, this is the next question. Tu veux de la de fraises sur ton pain means do you want some or kind of do you want remember I said something about translating. If you try to translate everything to English, it won't make sense. Now if I were to translate it, it means you want some which is it going to be bear the bear of strawberry on your bread. Like the correct or the better translation would be do you want a strawberry butter on your bread? Do you want a strawberry butter on your bread? So the answer is going to be bear means butter.
Beurre.
Bear. Oh, sorry. So I got it wrong. Actually, the answer is actually tu veux de la confiture. Confiture. De fraises sur ton pain.
Je mange des yaourts.
Je mange des yaourts. This is simple. I am eating yogurt. I eat yogurt. I eat yogurt. I eat yogurt. The translation should be I eat some yogurt. Je mange de yaourt. The yaourt. Okay, next.
Tu veux des céréales?
Tu veux des céréales?
Tu veux des céréales?
Tu veux des céréales? Do you want some cereal? Do you want some cereal? Do you want some cereal? The beauty of this thing is, or like I said, from my experience, many people may not have the same experience learning languages with on learning apps, language learning apps. But my own is it helps me with the foundation, helps me to be able to easily learn, capture, and understand these words, understand these French words and what they mean. Also, be able to translate them to English for better understanding and recognize them. Recognition, that is the main thing because it helps you with recognition. Now while I go out and I want to buy something, once I read the rebel, I know what this is. Or when I hear people mention it, like vendors or in conversations and talking about something and I hear these things, I hear cafe, I hear valise, velo, Buru, I hear many of these words. Europol, I can be able to capture, recognize the words and understand what they mean. And get an idea of what they are talking about. Pour le petit déjeuner, nous prenons des céréales avec du lait.
Lait.
Avec du lait.
Je n'aime pas le café.
Je n'aime pas le café. I don't like coffee. This is simple. Je n'aime pas le café. I don't like coffee. I don't like coffee.
Je n'aime pas la confiture.
Je n'aime pas la confiture. Je n'aime pas. Once you hear n'aime pas, or ne and pas. Once you hear ne pas, it means I don't like. I don't like don't. Then in between the ne and pa, there will be a word signifying what is it that you don't. It's either you don't want or you don't like or you don't enjoy, just something like that. So this one is
Je n'aime pas la confiture.
je n'aime pas la
Confiture.
confiture. Confiture.
Je n'aime pas les fruits.
Je n'aime pas les fruits. I don't like fruits.
Je veux prendre un thé.
Je veux prendre un thé. Je veux prendre un thé. I want to have a tea.
Tu veux prendre le petit déjeuner?
Tu veux
Veux
prendre
prendre
le
le petit
déjeuner.
déjeuner?
I want to have breakfast. Tu veux prendre le petit déjeuner? Do you want to Do you want to have breakfast? Ils adorent les fruits. Ils adorent les fruits. They love fruit. They love fruits. They love fruit.
Les enfants mangent des yaourts?
Les enfants mangent des yaourts. Are the children, or does the children, do the children eat yogurt? So learning on Duolingo helps you recognize these words easily when you're in conversation with people outside in real life, especially if you live in a country that speaks French. Especially if you live with people who speak French, or you live in a French speaking country. Les enfants mangent des oats. My answer is going to be oui, ils adorent les yaourts. Ils adorent.
Les enfants mangent des yaourts?
Les enfants mangent des, les enfants mangent des yaourts. Oui, ils adorent, ils adorent les yaourts. Now, this is what I'm talking about when it comes to the expression or the pronunciation or the speaking. My experience with Duolingo helps me recognize words, understand them, but not the speaking part because we do more of writing and translating than speaking. So, okay, let's do this. Let's match the English words with the correct French words. The first one is to drink. To drink is boire.
Boire.
Boire, sorry. To drink is boire. O-I is pronounced as wa. Cereal is pronounced as cereal. Cereal. Sa is pronounced as merci.
Monsieur.
Merci. And you also native French speakers or just people who speak French as their language realize that the pronunciation sometimes don't match. Like this, don't even say monsieur, but outside you hear monsieur, monsieur. The pronunciation they are kind of alike, they're similar. If you listen where you understand it, they are saying the same thing, but it's not. There's a slight difference in the you still get it. Name, no.
Non.
First name, pronoun, last name, nom de famille, butter, beurre, beurre. Okay. She is eating some cereal with milk. We're going to translate that. Elle mange du, not du, des. Elle mange des céréales, céréales avec du lait. I got it. The last one, this is where I made a mistake. It's supposed to be trouver de la confiture. Confiture. De fraises sur ton pain. Do you want French whatever on your bread? Do you want strawberry jam? Sorry, on your bread. And that is the end of this French lesson. This is just one of it. You can actually take as many lessons as you want. It will help you learn better, learn faster, improve faster. But because I'm lazy and mostly I tend to take my lesson right before bedtime, but I'm already feeling very sleepy, like very drowsy. So I just take one lesson. And not just this, I also take, like I mentioned, I also do my, I also take, I can do it. Uh, Okay, so that's it. Should we take one more lesson or should I end it here? Actually, let's go do one Swahili lesson too. Or should we leave it? Let's take one Swahili lesson before I end the live. So this is Swahili. You see the very very big differences between Swahili and not that much, but there are really big difference between Swahili and French, just like Igbo and English. Big difference. So today we are going to learn the uh so here I'm using English to learn French. They are using English to teach me sorry Swahili and English to teach me French. But in real life in the physical training teach French and French to teach Swahili. So learning French on Duolingo using English lessons online in the YouTube and also listening to podcasts helps me understand what is being said. It's just like I prepare, it's just like every night I prepare for the lesson of tomorrow. Though I don't know what is being taught tomorrow, but some of the things I learn at home by myself helps me to understand what is being taught in the lesson during the day. So this is Swahili, and the first word we're going to learn is
Camera.
camera. This is simple. It is actually camera. I don't even have to click it. I don't have to click this thing to know what it means. It's same thing with my native language, Igbo. There are some words in Igbo, some things, some nouns, some terminologies in Igbo that we don't. I don't know whether it's that we don't have a particular word for it in the language, or because we've forgotten about it, so we just kind of use the English, but then twisted the spelling a little to make it sound Igbo-ish, just like this. Camera. Camera is camera. Simple.
Camera.
Camera is camera. They just twisted. They just changed the spelling a little bit. Instead of CA, it's KA, but it's still camera anyway.
Computer.
Computer. This is what I'm saying again. Computer. No, we have a word for computer in Igbo language. We have a word. TV is oyoyo. Computer is what? I don't even remember. So computer is still computer. They just change the spelling. So computer. This is Swahili,
Mitietu.
not French. Remember, miti yetu,
Miti yetu.
miti yetu. Miti is tree. I think
Miti.
yes. Miti yetu. Yetu is our trees.
Ta.
Ta. Ta is going to be light. Ta is light. Great.
Mikuki yao.
Mikuki Yao. Yao is their book, their house. Mikuki is going to be spear, their spears.
Misitu yao.
Misitu Yao. Misitu Yao, their what? I don't even,
Yao.
what is Misitu? Their forest.
Mizizi yake.
Mizizi Yake. Yake is used to refer to a man or a boy, a masculine gender. His. No. Yake is used to refer to a feminine gender. It's a feminine article in Swahili. Misisi yake is her roots.
Wanahitaji kamera yao.
Wanahitaji kamera yao. Wanahitaji
Wanahitaji
is they need camera.
kamera yao.
They need their camera. Wanahitaji kamera yao. If you try to translate this in English, it's going to be they need camera there. This is why it's not advisable to translate these things. If you're learning and you're trying to translate everything to English before you be able to understand it, it will be crazy. Because if you translate it, it's even worse. It's like they just turned everything upside down. In English, it's supposed to be they need their camera. So if you're going to say it exactly the way it's in English, it's going to be wanahitaji yao camera. But because this is not English and we don't have to force English into everything we do or into everything we learn just because English is our first language or English is our second language. English is actually my second language, not my first. So we're going to say it exactly the way they say it. Even though here, another challenge is that the Swahili they speak here is a little different from the Swahili that I'm learning. It's just like pidgin English. There's English and then there's pidgin English. You can be able to understand some pidgin English because it's a twisted form of English. You see English, but it's kind of twisted. So this is Swahili, but I don't know. Their own version of Swahili sounds like pidgin Swahili. Because someone told me that Kenya, I think it's Kenya that speaks this particular correct form of Swahili, I think. But these people, this Congolese own is kind of twisted. If you from what I'm learning, I'm actually able to understand what they're saying, to understand to know what particular thing is called. Some of the things are pronounced the same, the words, the spelling are the same, but there's Kuya. Okay, let me use this as an example. Uh, in this Swahili that I'm learning, drinking water is called maji. But in the spoken Swahili in Congolese, in the Lumumbashi, water is my. It's like the J in the maji just went silent, but and it just pronounced as my. But then when you're learning, you also notice that many of the words, many of the what I'm learning here, what is being spoken is the same, but some of them are the spelling and the pronunciation are kind of different. It's like their own Swahili is infused with their own culture, with another language, like a mix and max up. So I don't even know which one is exactly is the main Swahili, but it's not 100% what I'm learning here. But this helps me understand them better. Back to wanahitaji kamera yao, meaning they want their camera. They need their camera. They need their camera. If you were to translate, it's going to be they need camera there. But that's sorry for another day.
Mikeka yake.
Mikeka yake. You will notice that the pronouns are at the back of the words instead of them being the subject. When they are written, it's like they are the object. Mikeka yake. In English, it's supposed to be yake mikeka. It's going to be
Mikeka.
her carpet. Mikeka yake. Her carpet. But in written Swahili and in Swahili and in the spoken Swahili, it's like backwards. Carpet her. Imagine someone telling someone, "What is this? This is carpet her." Instead of this is her carpet. This is carpet her. That it just turned upside down. Her carpet. That's it.
Mipira yenu.
Mpira yenu. The pronouns are always at the back of the words. Mipila is what? Mipila is ball. Your balls.
Miavuli yako.
Miavuli yako.
Miavuli.
Miavuli is umbrella. Yako
Yako.
is your umbrella. Your umbrellas.
Chupa ya maji.
Chupa ya maji.
Chupa.
Chupa ya maji. Bottle water. Chupa ya maji. Or water bottle.
Misumari yangu.
Misumari yangu.
Misumari yangu.
Misumari yangu. My nails. Misumari yangu. There's still so many things I don't know in this
Anatuma
French.
barua pepe.
Anatuma balua pepe.
Barua. Anatuma
Anatuma, she is sending
barua
emails.
pepe.
Balua pepe. Emails is balua pepe. This doesn't even sound anything related to email. Pepe is pilipili hoho. Anatuma balua, she is sending an email. Oh, it's almost 30 minutes. I need to end the live now. Fruit trees. Fruit is matunda.
Matunda.
Trees is miti. So it's going to be
Matunda.
miti.
Matunda.
Miti matunda. Trees fruits instead of fruit trees. It's fruit trees in English, but if you're going to write it in Swahili, it's going to be miti matunda. Trees fruits. Upside down. Ow, shialaiwa. Miti ya matunda. I forgot to add ya. Yeah, yes, yeah. I need to switch off my computer. Ninahitaji kuzima
Kuzima.
computer
Computer.
yangu. I got it. Lakini ni dining table. Ninasafisha
Ninasafisha.
meza
Meza.
ya
Ya
chakula.
chakula.
Lakini ni dining table. Ninasafisha meza ya chakula. Correct. Fruit trees. So miti ya
Ya matunda.
matunda. That is that for today. So I'm going to end the live video now. It's already 11 o'clock. It's already 11 p.m. here. I'm going to end the live video here. I'm going to take one more French lesson before I go to bed. See you next time live. Next night, because it's going to be a night. See you next night. Good night. Bonne nuit, bonne nuit, bonne nuit, bonne nuit. Merci beaucoup. À bientôt. What else? Whatever. See you next time.